Hey.
I wasn't paying attention. I apologize.
Welcome. Welcome to episode 12. We're at a dozen, folks. Not a baker's dozen.
What?
We're not a bakery. Plus baker's dozen, 13. We'll get there
Good
next
job.
week, maybe. Some of us are tired. Most of us are tired. All of us are tired. But it's okay. It's okay, because all you guys are in a pretty cozy area. You're in the middle of a throne room of a dead ice queen, and you're looking at a corpse of a dead person who's holding the remnants of a deity. And you're also really, really cold. So who would like to start?
I'm not. I have my cold gear.
I'm gonna look at the dead corpse and just kind of nod it.
I believe that you said when the ice wyvern died, a lot of the warmth came back into the room.
It did, but it is still cold.
Damn.
Just before
It was just even
before
colder.
you had to fear for your safety. Now it's just like this sucks.
It's a bit nipply out here.
My nipples are still hard, but I'm okay. Taylor.
And you got a breeze and chicken's done.
I will approach and pick up the soulstone,
Ooh.
Lovely.
and I will hopefully have no problem getting out of the beef jerky grip. And I will tell the others that this needs to go back to the Enclave.
Tell me how you grab it. Like, actually act it out for me. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
It's holding it, so give me that.
Excuse
Do you
me.
want to borrow my gloves?
Two hands. It's like cradled like this.
I'm literally going to use my bare hand, like fingertips, and go.
Okay, so you're gonna pluck it like an orange out of a
Yes.
barrel or something?
Yes.
Okay. And then ow. And then you're not
Okay.
gonna pry the fingers off of it or anything like that. You're just gonna like
Yeah, I'm trying not to touch the dead body.
okay.
Just because we mentioned gloves and so.
Yeah.
I need you to give me a willpower check.
You want gloves? You want for advantage?
They fit nicely.
It was a 19,
My OJ
and then it rolled onto a
Simpson
1.
Well, not a fit.
It very dramatically and
fit.
slowly toppled
They're
onto a
nice.
1.
Oh.
Makes me very sad.
Boing.
Call a number on a D4.
2.
It is a 1. You suddenly are overcome with this feeling of like, I really don't want to mess with this dead body. Not because like I'm afraid of it, but I really don't want to like piss off Hades, but also don't want to curse myself. Like, this feels wrong to me. And you can't seem to pass through this wall of like, I don't want to disturb this body.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, maybe mental paralysis it out of its grip. That'd be
I
good.
could try.
Would be happy to.
Oh, all right.
If you wanted.
I mean, if you want to touch dead body, you can touch dead body.
If this doesn't work, I will.
9 plus 13 magic.
You are able to pluck it past the frozen fingers and manage to not break any of them. There is dust or debris or some sort of flakiness that sloughs off the fingers as it
Keep that
separates from the soul, and you float it directly in front of you, and it is about chest level.
I'll kind of hold it out and go over there.
Debris.
Thank you very much.
Give me a willpower check.
Clunk. Willpower.
6 plus 6.
Noise.
You hear a voice speaking from within the soul.
I tried to commune with it and try to understand what it's saying.
It is speaking in whispers in some sort of hushed language that you're not quite sure is common, and it does not seem to be speaking directly to you. From your limited amount of information on this, you are assuming the voice is of its
Former
previous
personness.
self.
I say... I greet it.
Aloud or in your mind?
Aloud. I say, and this might be funny when I was hello, Keone, I imagine. My name is Angoromir.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the fact that we're talking to Keone, right? And the song that just popped in my head is Cold Hard Bitch from Jet.
Because she is very cold, hard.
bitch! The voice does not seem to respond, and in fact, as you're self-consciously aware that people are now staring at you talking to a rock, you seem
A magical rock.
You seem to hear the voice less. You're not sure if it's reacting
That's
to
exactly
you,
what I thought.
or if it's just
I thought that too.
diminishing for any other reason.
Well,
This is
I will put it in my backpack, and
Backpack.
I mean,
Thanks,
I'm not going to try and commune with it anymore.
We all saw that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If I can't get a strong one-way response, either giving or receiving through the soul stone, then there's no point in trying to.
It is good to give and receive mutually in a healthy relationship. So, Keone's castle. As you put the Keone soul into your satchel, and you're just like, to-ho! Where? There is suddenly an archway that opens just next to you that is actually directly behind the throne in the opposite wall. And it was not there before. It wasn't like it was sealed or like, you're like, what is this? The door, but it won't open. It was like, it just wasn't there before. Because you are now holding Keone's soul, it seems to be reacting as if you are her. So the outline, no thank you. The outline is an icy blue that then manifests into a solid stone door that on its own opens up.
Super. I proceed.
You may see on the other side, it is very cobwebby. Frosty cobwebs, your favorite.
Frog webs.
Frigid cobwebs.
Yeah, frog webs.
Oh, yeah. So,
Damn it, Cameron, get out of my head!
you enter, and there is a small cot. There is a very large chest in here that's obviously made to be glorious and...
That's exactly what I was.
Yes,
Busty.
a very busty chest. You may open it up as well and find its goodies. And
Just stick
you-
my face in it.
there's
Sorry.
also a desk
I
with
love
some papers
crumbs.
on it. They are completely destroyed with wear and tear and weather and cold and no. And then there is
No.
a sudden end to the room, but it's not really an end because it looks like it was once a hallway or a doorway or something, but now it caved in and there's a slight incline up into rubble. And just past it, you can barely make out the sounds of rain.
I would like to
Welcome
see
to my wife.
if the large chest responds to the crystal.
It does. In the same kind of way, as you hold it close, there are etches in the stone that just highlight blue suddenly all over, and then it on its own opens up as if it's like, welcome back, Keone. May I pleasure you with these gifts?
Yes, you
Have some
may.
with my bust.
I glance inside, not touching anything to see what's within.
Within, you find quite a few items. Within, right on top, is a small journal with red leather.
I actually pick that up immediately, and I toss it gently to Dionysia.
A journal hits you in the nose. You're like,
Gently.
It's like I'm not paying attention, just like, what's in the point?
give me a strength check.
11.
What's your defense?
10.
You managed to catch it.
Sweet.
You're stronger than you think you are. You chuck it. He's just like, okay.
As if
Not
it's
even
like,
looking, just-
as if it's like catching a penny, just like almost weightless. Just like,
Got it.
Where in reality, I'm using all of my mental focus to, like, stop it, but make it look like I'm catching it with my hand, but I'm stopping it with my mind.
nice,
Yeah.
nice, flashy.
Just to, like, try and make myself look cool.
Like I'm strong as fuck.
The next very obvious thing is a gigantic bastard sword.
Hello.
It is very lengthy, at least 4 feet long, but probably,
Arrogant.
probably
My
longer.
sword collection is growing.
Yes, it is.
So I'm going to imagine that you're just going to pocket this. So it is a two-handed weapon. It's 2d10. Plus 4 ice damage.
That's hot.
And its name
No, it has a name.
is Ice.
Ice.
The sword has no name.
Doom, 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 doom.
Ice, baby. Ice bastard.
Next, there is a socketed breastplate. Socketed in the sense that it is a breastplate with a cavity right in the middle. Not dental, don't worry. And it looks like there's an area that you could put something into it, like a talisman or like just
Gemstone.
something. You're not quite sure what it's meant to go in there, but something is allowed to go in there.
Does it match the snowflake?
It does not match the snowflake, and plus that stayed in the chest.
Oh, it stayed.
That's
Okay.
right, because I had to use it on like the other one. Forgot
Yes.
about that.
There's like a key.
Yep.
The socketed breastplate is just like a breastplate class, plus 22 HP, 2 damage resistance. It requires 6 strength, minus 4 dex checks, and plus 15% spell failure.
That'd be awesome for either of you.
It is imbued with engravings of snowflakes. The next piece is a gigantic wallet filled with 1,000 gold pieces.
Holy shit.
And the last item is a snowflake engraved flute.
Does anyone just want to take 250 right now?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Some sick math happening right now. That's
I almost
exciting.
have 420 gold now. Got
Damn.
429. Blaze it.
So the only reason why
You
I'm
leave
going
9
to
pieces
be...
of gold behind.
Damn, this is so nice.
You trip. Oh,
I
God.
know, I have a weird odd number.
Yeah, it happens in gold.
So the only reason why I'm going to specifically request the breastplate is because I just got charged. I'm planning on getting taunt next level.
So you gonna need that extra HP.
The extra spell failure rate does apply to me.
Yeah.
By 2 more numbers being a miscast for smite. That's the only spell I use.
Yeah. And you've been taking the...
My summon sword just powered up because I just got level 6. So I don't think it's going to affect me too terribly much. And on my next level up, I'm planning on getting channeling mastery, which will cut my... Actually, it'll cut that 10% right off. The 10% extra, rather, because my current armor is 5%. Yeah, so if everyone doesn't mind.
Go for it, bro. I don't want it.
So it's a socketed breastplate, and does the snowflakies and whatnot do anything? It's just aesthetic? Okay.
Everybody will have to give me a cunning check.
It's imbued.
Willing to sacrifice our love. 18.
Do you have armor?
No, not really.
No,
Other than boots and cold gear.
You're wearing the cold gear. That counts as the armor.
And
Ah.
necklace. Oh.
Okay, well, if you would like some hard leather armor.
Give you some extra HPs.
You don't want it?
No, I'm going to use the breastplate.
5 plus 2.
That was all
Give me a
just building up your roll.
Sure. Okay. Hard leather armor.
A 5.
Thanks, bro.
2 magic users. Sorry. You were
What's
able
the,
to see that
stuff
there is
on
an
there?
inner depth to this chest that is beyond
Hold on.
mortal eyes, what they can see. And you both kind of mutually reach out. You're just like, no, mine. Stop it.
Just started slap fighting it.
The hard leather armor is 8.
There is
What?
an inner
It's
cavity
plus
or inner
8
pocket
HP.
Really?
to this
Yes.
chest that you like have to move
Holy
a secret
shit.
panel that like move it over, and there is a small jewelry box underneath.
Wow.
Hello.
Do you want to see who takes it? D20 check, agree to it, be kind to each other. Bonnie, don't kill your boyfriend. Oh wait, he killed you.
Oh, that's
Yeah, just for that, I should let you get the jewelry box.
Alright, Pyrat.
Do it, Victor.
It is rectangular and flat. You open it, and instantly your eyes are witness to a inner light that is in this pendant. And it is a snowflake pendant, and you seem to intuitively just know this is the very first piece of jewelry Keone ever created out of her own power. The string, it seems to be made out of woven ice that does not feel cold, but just seems sturdy and made out of a god's energy. It will grant the wearer 25% resistance to ice.
That's cool. That's cool. That
So
ice.
that's a little.
Dang.
It's just
Well, we got that a little late.
Generous OP is generous.
I mean,
Note to listeners.
How badly do you want it?
Not very.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket that.
Are you going to wear it?
Oh, that's the thing I should do. Yeah.
I was like, well, if you're pocketing it, let me wear that son of a bitch. Like, that'd be great.
I mean,
I'll throw it in the bin later. It's fine.
just make
I
it feel
guess
good
it's like-
food on.
Bruh!
Okay.
What's it called?
Snowflake necklace?
Maybe I'll put Keone, like make it Keone's first necklace or Keone's first snowflake, something like that. Whatever you want to
Hey,
call
you
it.
took Keone's first. Sorry.
Nice cherry.
Popper ice cherry. Sorry.
It does sound delicious.
Direction it was heading in.
I'm such an ice hole.
Like a milkshake.
And the last gift from this castle is a pun police punching you in the face before vanishing.
It's a long day of work. This is how I cope.
You know, I
could have given you a shot.
I imagine the pun police looking like the donut cops from Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, that's
don't know
awesome.
I just think.
I really enjoy that actually.
See, now I've got the image of that, but the sound of like the freaking cops and the Blues Brothers who just run around going everywhere.
God, I still have a freaking Stygian Reaper's helm
Cool.
that we should be giving to someone.
Oh yeah,
Sick.
I still have my Stygian iron staff. I keep forgetting about that.
Stop it too.
Stupid.
No cooking. Stop it too. Good boy you. He's a good boy you. Alright guys. That is the end of the castle. Oh wait, you can't leave.
That was a lot.
I was gonna say, I tried to make my way out by climbing up the rubble and seeing if there's enough room for everyone.
You hit a rubble ceiling and you're just like, I just can't.
Do we feel like air currents behind it?
Yes. And you can also hear.
Hey, move the rocks with your Jedi stuff.
Where's Ray when you need her?
I will attempt to mental prowess.
I get off
First, yeah. Good call. Thank you. Forgot about that. Is it beyond the scope of mental prowess to try and assess where there might be the thin spot?
Give me a check.
11 plus 13.
You probe the surface of this rubble with your mental fingers and can see that you actually have a very thin barrier between you and the outside if you just lift directly up and out.
I will attempt to do that, and if I am not strong enough, I will tell my party where the weakness is so we can all try and work on it together.
Sick.
But first, 12 plus 13.
You are able to do so quite nicely, kind of like Rey from The Last Jedi, where she stops all the boulders.
Yeah, that was cool.
Jenny called it.
Sorry.
And she sees Finn, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is romantic," but totally not. Anyway, and he's like, "I'm so hot for you." She's like, "I don't get it. I'm force sensitive. Maybe not."
Who knows?
Spoiler alert.
I was
We'll
meant
never
to tell
know.
you.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
By the way, what was that thing that we went? Oh, hey, look.
You know, the thing you never told us was let's keep freaking calling back to it throughout the whole goddamn film, but never.
Oh, Ray, I wanted to tell you.
What?
Your lightsaber should be.
Yellow.
Oh, we're doing spoilers?
Yeah, it made out
No,
of
I
your
just said I think it
staff.
should be yellow.
Yeah, right.
How cool would that be?
I always said that.
Oh,
She's got some
okay.
definite
I wanted
Bastila
it to be
Sean
white.
feels.
Anyway, you guys open the way out, and as soon as the night sky is visible through the trees that are just above you, warmth comes through and warms you up quite nicely. Not instantly like you're comfortable, but more like, okay, let's go. I really miss the warmth.
Right.
Yeah.
And even though it's nighttime and even though it is raining,
nap.
it is distinctly a different and nicer temperature than it was.
Now we're just wet.
Now we're in Hawaii.
You step up out of the rubble and are now in the forest.
Yay!
If you were to look back into the pit, you would see that the inner light that was kind of guiding you through the castle has gone out. And anybody who would walk by would just think that this was like a hole left behind by like a troll or something.
This bitch gonna melt.
Well, goodbye then, castle.
Now here's the question.
What next?
What direction do you go? Because you are nowhere familiar.
Are we?
Should we rest?
I use my mystic ability.
Oh, you have that.
That's right. You can use it a day.
Are you in need of healing?
Twice a day.
Jenny?
I could use some healing.
Did you heal after that, or level after that last fight?
I
did.
notably
No.
didn't use it during the dungeon.
Yeah, you did not.
No. Wait.
That was fun. Because I think the ability is OP as fuck. But
No,
anyway.
I didn't. I think I had healed the time
You
before.
get astigmatism, so it actually makes it really hard for you to see through the future, so you can only see the present. There, nerfed.
I'm going to tell where I am, judging by the stars.
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 I'll do it.
Can't do it. Not today.
Today.
And see if I can find
Every
our
time.
way back to Olympia using the stars.
You want to hang out in the forest for a bit?
Wow.
This is cool, though. This is cool. This is like a centaur thing.
14.
Good number. I also rolled a 6 and a 5, so you have a great visage of the sky. You can tell that currently you are facing north. You can also remember that based on the orientation where you were, you started in Olympia and moved directly to your right along the coast. It's up to you to figure out where you are now.
So we're east of Olympia. So we're going to turn our bodies 90 degrees to the left,
Take it back now, y'all.
which would hopefully head us in the western direction.
You all look back and see Dionysia like dancing.
You guys remember high
Hey.
school dances?
Was that the soldier boy? Were you just doing the soldier boy?
No,
Oh,
you can't prove that.
like it's not a video recording.
Say that, like,
It's just audio.
Court
Hey,
of law.
Mom, you can't do that.
So I tell the party, my foresight tells me that we should go 9 o'clock.
Does my bullshit-o-meter go off?
Sorry.
Nah, that's
Trying to
fine. I'll take your
massage
word
my
for it.
hand.
I got no fucking idea which way to go. There's only so many directions, and you at least have one. So,
I just want to get out of the rain.
Yes.
I'm gonna heal Agate real fast because Jenny made it known to me that she was wounded. I didn't pay
I
attention to that.
wanted to rest.
Heal!
Oh. Okay.
That's a 11, so it's a cast. Sorry, something in my eye.
You're not
Four.
allowed to do things in your eye.
Plus 2 is 6. You heal for 19.
Sick. Thank you.
Dost thou need more?
No.
Cool. 'Cause I didn't want to heal anyway.
That
pal.
brought me to full.
Are you in need of some, you need some lovin'?
Maybe.
Some McLovin'?
That was perfect. That
Another
brought
11,
me
so
perfectly back
cast.
to normal. Full. How did you know? You magical
You heal for
person.
18. Yes, literally.
Thank you.
My MP could use some healing as
How
well.
about you?
I suggest that we move toward Olympia
Okay, Mr. Patient
and
one.
rest there.
Okay.
Because we got something pretty valuable in our possession.
Yes.
All
We
right.
can rest in Olympia and then find our way back to the Enclave in the morning.
Sounds like a plan.
Do we have any idea from Ingoromir's triangulation as to how far we are from Olympia?
No.
I just know the direction.
Well,
On that trail
It
that
can't
we
be too
blaze.
far because we traveled from Olympia
That's
to this place.
Yeah.
can you find any MP potions? I feel like I need to get one now that I have all this money.
I got one still, so.
Two.
Everybody give me a cunning check.
16.
14 plus 2.
14.
That's 16.
much less complicated than I thought it was going to be.
He's shooting a fireball.
I thought it was going to be like little tiny Lego pieces.
Eggo waffle pieces.
Yes, Eggo waffle.
Talking to Louie.
Swedish
Yeah.
snap.
That's
Either that or
Rhaegar.
it's like a Yoshi level thing. It's like, Mwah.
It's Rhaegar.
Oh, that's right. That's cool.
It's the green one, isn't that Viserion?
He's white.
No,
Isn't that Link?
Viserion is the gold one.
Or gold.
Because Viserys got
All right.
Sorry.
Who said you could stop?
I always name a
Who,
dragon.
who rolled
Pokemon.
16?
Me.
Both of those, yeah.
Dionysia and Agate. You hear the sound of weeping
Oh no!
just ahead of you.
Weeping.
Wow, stop.
And you are approaching a bit of a hill. It seems to be just on the other side of the slope of this hill.
Does it sound like the witches from Left 4 Dead?
Ew.
That's the first thing I thought
I
of.
don't know.
Oh,
I've
man.
never played Left 4 Dead.
It's actually like really good game. Anyway,
If it helps, it is not a symmetrical sound. It does not seem rehearsed and like repetitive. It's like a
person's genuinely in
it
distress.
sounds genuinely distressful from what you can tell. They,
So don't
they are
trust
out
it.
of they are out of sight, so this will be a minus.
Out of
Sure.
mind.
Still worth a shot.
The DM fed us root beer, so
Ooh,
it's not burping.
so 7 plus 13 is 20. I don't know what the minus is. That was not as good a roll as I
You
thought.
manage to hear thoughts of, "Please don't die. Please don't die.
Uh-oh.
Please don't die."
My word. That's not
I'm gonna start a running for the sound.
You crest over the hill, and just there, just like less than 10 meters away down this slope, you see a young satyr lass over the body of a larger male satyr. No, they're not intimate. Get over yourself. Stop, Trevor. Anyway,
I'm
she's-
trying to heal.
Oh.
Whether or not the guy gets priapism is not my business.
She is bending over him, ear on his chest, weeping, and it is obvious what is wrong because he is cut from left rib down to right hip.
Can I tell if he's alive?
You can't tell from this distance.
I'm still gonna keep running.
So you come across, you come up to her very quickly.
Following him, by the way.
Great.
Perfect.
So she hears sounds of hoofbeats and heavy footprints going down the hill towards her. She reacts surprisingly well, and she looks up and she sees you, and she doesn't quite know what to make of it, but she does not like cower or even let him go or like shout or do anything. She just looks up kind of expectantly, but also kind of like you can do no worse to me than how I feel right now.
I'm going to approach and just be like, I'm a healer. I can help. Will you let me do my thing?
My name is Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
I'm here.
Aren't
to
I a little
rescue you.
lesbian to be a stormtrooper? I don't
Give
know.
me a cunning check.
That's how I like my stormtrooper.
15.
10. Her eyes go wide and like she goes up a little bit to show the full wound, and it's gaping like it's you see intestines. You
It seems
notice
as though he's bleeding.
Yeah.
you
I might do
notice the
something.
blood is quite thin, meaning it's not free gushing.
Oh,
It's quite weak.
that's bad. Feel for a pulse.
You may feel for a pulse.
Nat one.
You touch the neck before realizing you have no idea what you're doing.
You're like, okay, what's a pulse? I'm gonna cast regen.
Okay.
Ooh, that's actually spell burst. So I don't know what that means for regen.
I mean, it's magic and a half every turn.
Oh shit. So if we're going by all 3 turns happening at once, then this guy magic and a half would be 20, so he heals for 60. I'll take that.
Based on your experience with life spells and healing spells in general,
Oh my god, I forgot I have Master Healer now. My bad. Anyway, yes, I'm sorry, please continue. That would have been way better.
based on your experience, you know that you're healing him, and it actually like sutures and closes, and it's no longer a gaping mouth in his belly because gross,
Yep.
and there's no longer rain getting into it. You are able to close the wound, however, his eyes are not opening, meaning that either he is gone or he needs something to rejuvenate him back.
Can I use mental prowess to see if there's anything going on in there?
Yes.
Hey, Cody, you gonna give me luck? Blow on it. Good boy. Hey, that's not bad. 12 plus
He's such a
13.
sap. He just
He is a
lays there and
I know.
stares at you with those eyes.
You can feel dream-like waves coming from him.
I'm going to, via mental prowess, like, project images of the satyr woman that I can see and just try and have the words come back, like kind of floating. I have to get my dog fix, sorry.
Give me a magic sense.
God, Cody. Alright, that's enough, buddy. Down. Down. Good boy. Ooh, that's less good. So, plus magic, you said?
Yes.
19.
So
That's not good, 19.
he receives the visual message, but does not receive the auditory. And you can feel from your vantage point in your mind that there is a yearning coming from him.
Oh.
Come back. No, Ymir.
Ymir. Oh, damn it. Jenny, when you have a moment, can I see the spell sheet again? I forgot to write down
Oh.
the spell cost of...
Cool. What did you do that for?
Because I'm in dummy.
You're silly.
Wow, some silly goose.
You shit, yo.
Yeah, I got MP to burn right now. Let's cast life on this guy.
Dinga 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 dinga.
15. So it's
His
cast.
eyes flutter open.
Smeesh, smeesh,
She screams in relief and wraps her arms around
Sorry.
his neck and squeezes to the point where he's like,
Don't break his fucking neck. I just
Yeah.
healed him.
"Don't knock me out again, please, honey, please."
Baby.
And she
Sugar
lets
tits.
him go and like grabs his face and kisses his forehead and like they're saying things in satyr language like "Meh,
No, you.
Sorry, I'm a centaur.
Oh, they both
I only speak.
they both turn to Dionysia and go.
If you gave me a series of nays, I might be able to understand it.
But I say nay nay. That's stupid.
They are
Yeah.
enraptured by each other, and you can tell that he's going to be okay, but he can't seem to stand up yet.
Well, I think this is where we leave. Just like, have a good night. Bye.
What the? That was pretty gross. What happened?
They describe they were attacked by a golden tusked boar.
Oh,
Oh.
not that one. I forgot what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. And fuck that thing.
That bad. Huh?
Stupid Ares, you piece of shit.
Let's just say I'm pretty sure the last guy who took that shit down, his name started with her and ended with Achilles.
Oh yeah.
Who's
One of-
Cules her?
One of them taps.
Did I say that backwards? I fully believe that I did.
Though if we're going by the actual Greek name, his name would be Heracles.
Heracles, yeah.
Heracles.
Hercules with his Roman name.
Anyway. Near here, I presume? You were attacked?
They say that this happened about anywhere between or when the sun was still up, and so it could be nearby, it could be long gone. They didn't really care to eat them or attack her. They just ran past, hurt him, and kept running.
Oh, so he was just collateral damage. Oh, man.
That's even worse.
How long ago did this happen?
No more than an hour ago.
One of the guy was just to have that big of a wound for an hour. Damn. Are you going to Olympia?
Yes. Wait. Maybe.
Was there anyone riding on the board?
No.
Okay, as if our like
That'd be
weird
very
draconian
boorish of
winged
them.
friend was like riding on him or
Thank you.
something.
It seems like
Because then that'd be just another reason I hate that dude.
Yeah, right. Jesus.
Wait. Draconian winged friend?
Yeah, the guy with.
Oh, the thing coming out of
Yeah, I
his
think
face.
he had like winged brow and he appeared slightly draconian and stuff. I think he is actually draconian, but he just had like the image of like the fucking just the weird brows. Like that was just a facial
It
feature.
was
of
only
draconian.
it was only one side.
the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There goes that theory. Yeah, I'm just curious.
Well, we're heading that way. If you want to tag along.
He could ride on me.
There are no boars
Right, mate! Sorry.
in our party.
If he really wants.
They kindly decline and say, we will make our way home now that we can actually, like, walk. Hopefully.
Yeah.
They'll let him rest, and then they
And
will
then
let
go.
him. They'll let him go home.
When we come up with-
Trevor,
Mhm.
take a good point.
Yay! Now I'm up to 2.
Good boy.
Bad boy.
Alright,
No more
bad boy.
freebies.
God, I love that part. Well, I feel sheepish.
You guys may leave safely knowing that they will most likely be okay. Oh god, the boar.
I don't know what the sound of boar makes. Anyway.
Lots of
Yeah.
snorting. Lots of snorting.
There, that's as good as I can contribute. Alright. We can't wait. Tough shit. Goodbye.
You guys both look at me. Yeah.
Walk away going, God, that was so much MP.
You guys journey for one more hour, and you can see the lights of torches and lamps out in the distance and know that this is the beginning of Olympia from the eastern gate. You also see off in the distance that there is a cabin up on the hill that is closer to you. What do you do?
Experience has taught me not to trust cabins and woods.
What?
Ew, God.
I was thinking of that shitty ass movie, but yeah.
Oh.
Telepo was way scarier than that shit.
I think it was supposed to be funny. I just thought it was weird.
Talipo?
No, Cabin in the Woods.
I was gonna say, I'm like, Talipo wasn't
Talipo was
funny at
No,
all.
that
What do
was
you
not-
mean?
That was eerie and
That was Nightmare
creepy as
Fuel.
fuck. That was well done.
I think I remember you mentioning a cabin on the outskirts of Olympia before. I can't remember for what though.
I don't have a lot of MP, but
No recuerdo. Are we looking to rest for the night? I know I can't see in the dark.
Maybe I'm just remembering previous things and I'm just getting all my memories mixed up. But I think you mentioned it beforehand. But rather, I believe it's inconsequential to us now because we need to rest when we get in town and then go to the Enclave.
we have to rest when we get.
So I don't think we should be taking any detours.
Excuse me.
I'll go continue on.
Yeah, I'm rather low on MP, so
Once we encounter something in that cabin, we're kind of I don't have much MP either.
I mean, there's not gonna be like a fucking dragon in there or anything.
How
I
do
just
you
don't want to
know?
slow down.
There might be.
There could be.
there might be some
You go in the
cannibals
cabin.
there.
There's an old woman laying in bed. Oh god, they look like a wolf. Wait, they're a dragon. Oh my god, Little Red Riding Hood.
Just maybe thinking of the Family Guy bit and freaking bust down the door and chainsaws him in half. Have you not seen that one?
No.
There's a Family Guy episode where they recreate fairy tales, and Brian's obviously the wolf. And he's just like, oh, what big eyes you are, or whatever. He's just like, are we really doing this? Because Stewie's, Little Red Riding Hood, of course. And it's just like, I don't know what you're complaining about. I'm the one who's about to get viciously bisected. And all of a sudden, like, Peter is the lumberjack or the huntsman or whatever. He kicks on the door with a chainsaw. He's like, yeah! And there's this, like, silhouette where you just see the shadows crafting. And he's like, is that the hero of the story? Like, I think the guy just might be going around chainsawing people. Then in the distance you hear, yeah! Oh god! He's like, yeah, see, he just did it again. Should we call somebody?
That's not the one that has the
Someone
Disney
take the chain-
animation, is it?
No, different one.
Okay.
Someone take the chainsaw away from him.
Yeah, right. Sorry. I'm game for continuing. I'm still in good. I know Agate wants to rest, but I'm game for continuing if you guys are.
Okay, there are more votes for going.
Democracy, bitches.
Oh, Agate will rest anywhere.
You guys are allowed in through the eastern gates because the guards are just like, you seem fine.
Like walking, we're covered in blood and
Yeah.
dripping ice. You guys are fine.
Some
Clearly,
people-
you are no threat to society.
I have a big
Pirate
ass
is
sword.
diamond
Giant
dust.
weapons.
Like, just let us in.
Light something on fire, diamond dust. Light something on fire, diamond dust.
You are allowed inside. I need to know from you guys now, what is your plan? You have the soul. What do you want to do?
Rest.
You also are keenly aware now that the sky is clear, because before it was sunny and kind of hard to see through, and sunglasses haven't been invented yet. Before, it seemed like the sky, when you entered Olympia, was like opaque directly in front of you, which was very strange. But now that you are there in the nighttime and the rain has washed away any sort of discrepancy of color and depth, you realize that what was the opaque sky is actually the sheer cliffside of the beginning of Mount Olympus.
Good God. Do you think they're compensating for something?
I have a huge penis, says Zeus.
Wow, I made noises and Cody came over. Sleep first, I suppose, and then are we going and attempting to collect more souls? Are we going back to the Enclave to deliver this one first?
Rest first.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be good to rest first and then deliver the souls one at a time. So we're
Instead of
not
hanging
like
on to them.
packing heat everywhere we go.
I quite agree with you.
Well, thank you.
Then yeah, find the nearest tavern.
Okay.
Or inn, I suppose.
With
I want to go on Yelp and find 4-star hotel. Using the mystic ability. That's all he uses it for is like Yelp reviews.
You ask the guard, hey, where's the nearest tavern? He's like, it's in there.
It's literally like a sign just swinging in the breeze that says tavern. Doesn't even have a name, it's just literally called tavern.
Woo! You guys find a tavern that is obviously hopping because it's quite large, and the bartender is a lapid. It's hopping. Lapid. So, anyway, you guys go in
Does
there.
she make beer with hops?
No, it's a guy. And so that. Oh,
Does he make beer with hops?
Judy Hops. I know what hops are. Also, beer tastes like pee.
Yeah, it does.
Excuse me, my beer has a hair in it.
Oh!
It's a specialty.
I want to be it too.
You want to
Supposed
be
to be
hair
less
too?
A beer. Two.
Are you guys asking for a drink or for a bed to sleep in?
A bed.
Great.
And drink
No offense to the rest of you, but I
Both
don't
of
want to
the beds.
smell like wet horse. I would like a room for myself, please, if one is available.
He looks at you, looks at the horse, says, "Don't you usually sleep outside?"
Excuse you, he is a
I'm with
person.
them.
That's nice of you.
His legs say otherwise.
What about yours, Fuzzface?
I am a leopard, young sir.
He is a centaur, older
Wait.
sir.
Oh, you're a girl. Sorry, I'm really wrong with genders. Miss Lady, you can actually sleep outside if you want to. We don't serve your kind here.
I think we should find somewhere else. I don't like it.
Pyra, how do you feel about burning things?
Oh,
I
pretty
come
good.
from a faraway land
So do I.
where even if you're half humanoid, you can stay wherever you like
Racist.
as long as you pay. How much for a room, please?
60 gold pieces.
This fucker's not worth our time.
Make Olympia great again.
Moga.
Not feeling it.
I
That's
leave without saying a word.
Yes.
As I'm out the door, just like
Oh, you're
behind
flipping out.
me.
I thought you were raising your hand like you
Nope.
wanted to ask a
Just
question.
Boom! Flipping the bird on my way
Yeah,
out.
me too.
On
Flipping
your,
the Pegasus.
on your way out, you guys are continuing down the path, and on your right, there's an alleyway, and you hear a scuffle happening. There seems to be the sound of a male and a female.
Well,
I
I'm not
guess Pyra-
sleeping there, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go somewhere else and just sleep and fucking
We have
hate myself
a,
for a little while.
we-
Don't mind me. I'm just hating myself for a little while.
Do we want to know?
Do you want to go beat somebody up? Do good?
We all just walked out with you.
Yeah,
I mean,
buddy, you want to go beat some bad guys?
Clearly
Come on,
we
buddy.
care about you because we walked out with you. So.
Yeah, I know you want to. Yes, my special guy.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, let's go kick some ass. I'm gonna activate a base light and I want to see what's going on down in that alley.
You see that there is a rape about to occur.
No!
Not on my watch.
Right? Yeah. You first.
I charge.
Yeah, I was hoping for that.
Am I like certain about this rape?
Yes.
Okay.
You can see the penis.
Oh god!
Not
what the
for
hell?
long.
Chop chop!
Yep, I'm say Uniki. Snip snip.
I do not.
Okay.
Instead, I just have my fairy, and I'm going to shoulder check this guy.
Can
A
you
700
penis check
pound,
him?
a 700 pound horse. Just
Penis check him, please.
Dude, can we buy you barding like a war horse at some point?
Dum, 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 dum.
I do use charge though. 12.
That will hit. Give me. So strength is 6.
Yes.
Plus 700 pounds of fuck you.
You knock him directly into the edge of a cart at the end of the end of the alleyway, and he hits the side of his head and is knocked out.
Oh, excellent.
Dick out.
Can Pyra run up to the woman and help her?
Yes. She is a tiefling.
Oh yeah.
She just rapes her instead.
Oh my god!
God, Jeff!
Is the alley on a slant of any kind?
Yes. Alright.
I'm sorry. I was like,
Yes.
Is the
that's like a
alley
cyanide and
on any
happiness
sort of a
joke.
slant?
Yeah.
Where you
For
like
sure.
save someone from rape and then you just end up raping him instead. Yeah.
I wanted to like send his cart careening away.
You recognize her.
Oh.
What color is she?
Pink.
How do I know her?
You're not quite sure, but you think that she knows you from your caravan days.
Can't escape.
You're like, clearly we have to kill this woman.
She looks up, shaking and like hovering herself back up, and looks up at your open hand to help her up, and she's like, "Pyra?"
This
must be
like I was
mistaken.
watching the guy and I was just like, just save someone that we
I'm
know.
just like tapping his wiener with my sword.
Just waiting for him to
You're
wake
making
up.
gouges out of it.
Yes.
You're poking it with your giant sword.
Whoops.
Oh no.
Next time he goes to
Oops.
the bathroom, like 4 streams come out of his shaft.
He gets a blowjob later on in life and it sounds like a whistle.
Oh God.
Just clarinet noises.
I guess it's what rapists deserve, but still, I mean, jeez.
Anyway,
Hi, darling boy. You are
It
being
is.
very needy. No, you are being very needy right now.
sorry.
Anyway. I know.
I mean, maybe it was wrong to assume like they could have been acting on a rape fantasy.
I'm not in the alley.
Pyra, what do you do to this announcement of your name?
I'm just off the side, like,
Are you okay?
I have popcorn.
Yes. Yes. And she stands up and she she was so shocked to see you, and then she remembers what just almost happened, and she's like, "Oh right, I'm supposed to be like disheveled." Yes, I am okay. And she stands up without taking your hand, by the way, and she really like firmly covers herself, and she's like, "What are you doing here?"
Who are you?
You're kidding, right?
Should I be?
kidding?
Do they know what you've done?
We don't care.
She saved us a few times.
So, after you killed your parents and all of your caravan goers, you paid my father to bury their bodies on our farm.
What?
Like
But
just-
you didn't get raped.
He has a point.
So we're even.
I don't know what to tell
Well,
you.
I was
This
going to
a
give you my
long
cold
time
weather
ago.
gear, but
I sip tea like Baby Yoda.
You just suddenly have a leather jacket that you pull over. Like, where'd you get that?
it's my invention.
I have
Next
tea.
up, Velcro.
Sipping my tea.
Luke told me the other day that Velcro, I guess, was inspired by burrs, like stickers, like that you find in tall grass. And if that's true, the kid is smarter than I give him credit for. Like, I have no idea about that kind of thing.
That makes
And Luke,
sense.
smarter than I give him credit for, but Luke is also a brilliant human being, so he's just a genius.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Another instance to throw you for a loop.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do, Pyro?
I kind of just put my hands up and step back and
Because this almost happened, I won't turn you into a guard. But we're square now. Okay?
okay.
You're welcome.
You're really good in bed. So my father said.
Oh. Good to know.
I don't know if that's true, actually.
I don't know.
Did you, doesn't matter. Anyway,
You want to go ahead and fuck off now?
I'll be leaving now.
You're welcome.
You can tell that based on her very strange demeanor that a part of her actually wants to stay and like have a conversation, but she realizes that she also like should be mad at you, but she isn't really sure why. Because like bygones should be bygones. What do you want to do with this situation, Pyra? Just lay it all out. Just kill her, kiss her, push Dionysia at her.
All of the above.
So stab,
I am the-
kiss, push Dionysia.
No, I'm just a distraction before the other two.
I think she's just a little stunned to, like, of all the situations. Like, we're stopping a rape, and this person knows me, and brings up my past. Cool. I think she's just kind of like, all right, gonna just hang out, step back, and just pretend.
She saunters past you after receiving no reaction from you at all, and 3 other team members who have all trusted you with your fiery needs glare at you and go,
Oh, I'm reading the mind of the bitch who just left.
Oh.
Right, and I'm not like terribly concerned because I've done some shit, but I'm curious. I'm like sipping tea.
and
Tommy
Gordon,
drops this fucking bomb and we're all just kind of like, eh.
this happened with Zilthan being the Dark One. You're just like, really? Okay, well, let's go find Belle.
Yeah.
I didn't like Sylphan though. No offense, Sylphan.
Well, Zoltan had Zoltan was a little twisted.
Sylphan.
27 to read the other lady's mind, by the way.
You hear her thoughts basically saying, I'm probably going to turn her in later, because God knows I need some sort of bounty money.
Oh.
But she's going to wait till morning to give her a head start.
Oh shit! Guess we gotta get out
I'm
of
gonna
here.
look over at Agate actually and be like, "You guys have things here?
Hmm?
You guys have things under control here?" Yeah, you do. I'm gonna follow the other tiefling.
Oh, that's.
Please
what
hit
you
select to enter solo
Sure.
mode.
It's like I forget to hit the goddamn solo
You
button,
got
and all
it,
of
buddy.
them just start
It's just like these
dutifully,
zombies behind
dutifully
you.
following me. And it's like, God damn it, no! I'm trying to go through a minefield. You're
Damn
just
it,
blowing
Revan.
them all up. Jesus.
I actually did want to say, as she ended her scene with Pyra, per se,
Mhm.
and say, well, you can start by turning this guy in.
Oh, to the pink tiefling?
Yeah, the pink tiefling who's walking away was going to gesture to her would-be
Right.
rapist.
I poke it.
Strangely, she ignores that comment.
Oh.
You can pick up on there being some sort of history with her and the guy.
Hmm.
DNDCF.
Huh.
Interesting.
Still rape.
Well, I'm not, just to let you know, I'm not doing anything with him. I just want to stop what he was about to do.
She continues to ignore what you're saying, but you know that she can hear you.
Would you care if we killed him?
She turns the corner.
Okay.
Hey!
No. All right. I guess not.
Let's not
He's a-
stoop to any levels.
He's just a
tonight.
priest of Aphrodite, guys. This is part of like their rituals. No.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm completely kidding. Trevor's like, I am done with this game.
And also, Pyra.
Hello.
You got some explaining to do, he says.
I'm just.
I was really young. Just coming into my powers, and
It was an accident.
it was an accident.
I understand.
Did they do anything to you that might have caused your anger to lash out and kill them all?
Honestly, I don't remember. I was really young.
How young?
9.
Quite a bit older than that now. You feel you have it under control?
It's still raining. It's still raining.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I would
Still
turn
raining.
this off. Like your hair is splattered and you're just like, I was 9.
Is it raining? I feel wet.
I wasn't a cast
Some
fire,
of God's
but
tears.
cast light. No, that's. I don't have much control over lightning.
Guess lightning. Oh no, there's a lightning storm. We should find shelter.
Yes,
So you've been extremely effective from what I've seen.
I've spent a lot of time trying to keep it under control so that something like that doesn't happen again. But as you can tell, there were some witnesses,
Hmm.
and
How did you get away?
Witnesses.
honestly, I don't remember. I know I woke up and everyone was dead.
So you blacked out and killed a bunch of people and then woke up later?
A likely story. Yeah.
We've all been there, right?
His blades turn
Yeah.
red now.
Is there
We've all
any,
been there, am I right?
is there anyone still living that's close to you?
Mhm.
Or are you entirely on your own now?
Yes, Angora.
I'm part of a guild,
Ooh,
and they
a
were
guild.
my family
Thank you,
now,
You're part of a guild that's what about your family?
and they're like my family now.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I used to be a barista.
Thank you. So, you've taken on
Thank
a new life, per se.
Yes,
Yes.
And they're not blood related, but they're like your family.
It's us. She's
Mhm.
talking about us.
Would you call us a guild or a band of close friends?
I mean, I was talking about a guild, but you guys are.
You're all right.
You're okay.
Meanwhile, Dionysius is not there.
I like
Okay,
you
well, I
guys.
believe I've pried enough.
It's just
I'll have you.
super awkward. and-
Perhaps when you're comfortable talking about the guild you're associated with, you could up it up
Thank
a little
you.
bit more.
Thank you.
You guys notice as you look up from your conversation, Agate is looking off in the distance like, why are we talking about this? That Dionysia is no longer with you. You vaguely remember that she made a comment about, you guys got this, but then you suddenly got distracted by this topic, and now your sneaky friend is gone. But another sneaky friend's right here.
I'm trying to focus on not killing that guy because I think Boromir said no.
Speaking of which, he starts to rise.
I don't
In two
have
ways.
I don't have
Oh!
I don't have any control
I knocked
over
him out
what you do,
again.
Agate.
Not again!
The guy's just like, you're just like,
Oh!
It's gonna be a waste of a stiffy.
telling you, man, Priapism.
Well, I can't control what you do, but I wouldn't.
Okay. Okay, why not? Let's get out of here. I still need to rest.
I'm gonna go find a not an alleyway. In fear of being raped, I would find
Oh my god.
somewhere
Jeff.
on the outskirts.
It could happen to anyone.
Like back the way you came towards the forest, or down by the water, or further into town to find an inn.
I think on the forest side.
Okay. So you go back
Like
the
that.
way you came.
Yeah, I'll go back the way I came.
Ladies, what do you do? That's all I need right now. I'll come back to
Okay.
you, I promise.
I'm gonna find another inn that's not racist so I can take a nap.
Higher.
I'm gonna look around and realize that Eunice is gone and
My heart.
cry. Did I see where she went off, or was I
No.
distracted?
You were suddenly interrogated.
I'll look around and be like, well, shit. And,
Well, shit.
We have a
It's not
tendency.
get any worse. Somebody empties like a chamber pot,
right in front of her.
splatters.
We have a tendency of splitting up in towns a lot.
That's true.
So
I'll
I wasn't too concerned with Dionysia missing.
The reason that I interrupted you, Jeff, is because as soon as you get past the tavern and basically leave your party behind, just like, oh, hang out with them later, whatever, you notice Dionysia standing outside of a person's house knocking.
Oh,
Oh.
what's up? I was just gonna go get some sleep out in the forest.
Oh, I'm just tying off a loose end.
Oh.
Do you need help with anything?
Savior.
You want to stand here and be muscle?
Do you need,
Yeah.
you need to use my muscle?
Just show me your scary face. It'll do.
Okay.
After the last thing you said,
Clippity-clop.
you hear a lot of shuffling and scuttling and like the sound of a stool like screeching back, and then you hear like a cabinet door open, then you don't hear anything at all.
Mental prowess through the door and try and figure out what she grabbed.
D20.
30.
You feel your mental prowess probes go in, and you know that she is holding a weapon aiming at the door.
You can put the weapon down.
Put the candle back.
Yes, young Frankenstein.
How do you know so much?
How do you know so little?
I am from a faraway land.
I genuinely smile.
And in my land, people who say they are not going to do something should not consider doing it again immediately after they make their promise for the idea of coin.
That was a lot of words that amounted to you getting out of here.
Your intimidation check has failed.
Meta.
Who?
Meta, what?
But what?
I use mysticism.
Ooh, mysticism.
I am going to use mysticism to see, in particular, what would become of me and Dionysia if the door were to open.
Ooh.
A 3. A combination
Instead
of
of-
3 and 3.
Instead of seeing what would happen, you see a possibility of the future, which is she tries to buy you off. So it's
I
not the
keep that-
answer you were looking for,
I
but
keep
it's a
that
possible
information.
future.
I keep that information to myself.
Alright. I can't convince you to do or not do anything. So instead, I'm going to...
Prevent you from doing or not doing.
Instead of giving you a choice, I'm going to preclude you from making any choices. There go your good points.
The Mana Blaster.
Boom! Nova. I will instead make you a promise. If, hypothetically, someone in the guard would miraculously find out about something that happened far off in the past, and if they then decided to act upon that and come after us, they would not stop us from getting to you first.
Oh my! This is the 4th time I have rolled double 6s tonight. Nobody dabs anymore, Trevor.
I just did, and it's still applied.
My little boy. Look at my little Cody's face.
Oh,
Look at my
sweet
Cody's
Cody boy.
face.
My speaking of dabs, very short tangent. Promise. Vinny, the regional manager trainer, he says, "Does anyone know the correct way to sneeze?" And we were all like, and then he was like, "No, it's."
Are you alright? Are you alright? You almost took off her head.
What? That?
Yeah. You hear her put something heavily onto the floor, and hear as she comes up to the door on the other side and says, "Okay, wait. There's another answer to this. You don't need to. Look, there's a. You don't need to hurt anyone. I don't need to say anything, but I have. Do you like shiny things?"
Is the promise of your silence shiny?
It's intangible, so
But it does exist.
I get you can't hold it, but I get you. It can't really exist if you can't hold it, right? I mean, so it's not shiny, but it's possible for me to.
Tell me right now you're not going to go to the guards, and my very large friend here and I are going to leave you alone.
Okay, but to be fair, if I get raped again, then I have to go to the guards to report it again. So that's kind of an unfair promise for me to make.
Trouble me not with semantics. If you go anywhere near Pyra or the shared past you have, I'm going to burn your life down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna good talk and walk away.
You get 1 love point.
Aww.
Love point.
I want Pyra and Goromir,
That's
Itaga,
Stop saying that.
Agate to get good points.
Oh, really?
+1, yes.
I was gonna kill someone.
Dionysia,
That's fine.
you already got 1, and
Yeah, fair.
it transferred to a
To a
love
love
point,
point.
which is
Okay.
higher. Dionysia, take 75 XP. I want everyone to take 50 XP for the rape prevention.
So do I go 130 or am I just...
So get 175 plus 50.
I'm sorry,
so
125.
Yeah.
Thank you.
130.
Yeah, like suddenly I forgot to do math. It's because that put me up to 7230. That's where I mixed myself up.
All right. Would you like me to just proceed into the morning?
Yeah,
Okay.
we
Yeah.
find an innkeeper who we don't want to kill, and then let Boromir sleep
I'm already
inside.
there sleeping.
Yeah.
For real. Snoring a lot. And loudly.
Oh, damn it. Oh, well.
All right. You guys all must pay for those of you who stayed in an inn. Decrease your gold amounts by 20.
The guy was ripping me off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, no, I can tell.
Because your own point was,
Racist ass motherfucker.
as long as you pay, you can get pretty much anything you want, or people will let you in if you pay. And he's like, you're right, triple the gold. Anyway, he was an asshole. The Olympian sun is beautiful as it shines over the ocean into the eyes of the Olympians, and the surface of Mount Olympus is just so pure and wonderful, and also kind of frightening as it looms over you. And it kind of gives this illusion that it's like leaning over you as you're looking over it, as you're looking up at it. You all notice that there are knives at your throat when you wake up.
Oh, again. And I do say that when I wake up. Again.
Wake up with the blade in his ear. Again? Like, what the fuck do you mean again?
When I wake up, I'm gonna say, "Hey, how much you want to bet I could throw a football over that mountain over there?"
You're like, what's a football?
Foosball's the devil.
There is a cutscene in which all of you are actually pulled up to your feet and forced out of the hotel room or the forest.
They got the knife to a corner's throat. They're like, on your feet. They have to like reach up way over their heads to keep the knife at his throat as he just
Almost like
stands.
silly Skaven or whatever the fuck you are.
It's a
Tricks
half
are for
giant.
kids. It's just, he's
He's
pointing
like
it down
lowering.
still.
You're like, damn, the only race that could get me.
Maybe a draconian now.
There's a cutscene in which you guys are actually guided very gently with knives at your back down the streets of Olympia towards what seems to be an enormous structure that is very round and beautiful and decorative and very expensive. There's a lot of noise coming from inside of it.
Cutscene? Like, I
This
can't
is
interact
a
with this
cutscene.
person at all?
You cannot interact right now.
Fine.
And you are guided down below this building into a pit of some sort that smells very reminiscent of, what is it? Fecal matter. And you are chained to a wall, all with you guys, all four of you next to each other. And yet it's strange, this occurs to you because the four of you slept separately.
Mm-hmm.
All of you were found, rejoined, and put in the same area. Meaning, for whatever reason that you're there,
They want us together.
it's having to do with all four of you together. And you look up, and there is this giant, dark-skinned guy, bald, with a chain around his, like, hip and up to his shoulder thing. He looks really impressive, but also like he's a slave master. And he's like, "So I heard a rumor that you kept my boys from having a good time last night."
Boys.
Yeah.
Is that what you refer to the man's testicles?
There was just one guy.
Pyrosports.
What?
Like, how many boys do you carry around with you at one time?
I don't carry... You're missing the point. Okay.
I'm sorry, we come from a very faraway land. And our
DDC
senses...
just starts chuckling. That's the
growing
first time
on
I've
you.
liked that.
I'm growing on it.
Took
Our
forever.
senses of humor seem to differ a lot right now because it's rather funny when you refer to someone as boys when you're talking about a singular man.
You interfered with the duties of the Olympian Guard.
Oh.
What card?
So the duties of the Olympian Guard are to rape seemingly innocent tieflings.
Don't make up such smut. No, you stopped a guard from arresting a thief. So
So the
We
guard
all
has his
saw
penis
it.
out.
We all saw
so
it.
unless if the penis
I
is able to
stabbed it.
slap handcuffs
It's
on
got
people.
stabby marks on it if you want to look at it.
I do not want to look at my fellow guard's penis.
It's okay, buddy. Everybody has to have a moment where they question.
I get low.
You'll get through it.
That was me when I was 12, young lady.
And
How old
did
are you
that
now?
You have hindered the progress of justice in this fair land.
Okay, cool. How come you didn't come arrest us?
I just did.
Oh, yeah? Does every prisoner get taken to the shit shack?
Yes.
Oh. Well, we know where the thief is. Would you like to know?
Maybe. But first, you have to face punishment.
No. No.
This guy's on it with the jokes.
Listen, like, there's clearly information missing from your brain. I'm just going to be blunt about it. One, you can't contain me, and I know this might come as a shock to you, but I can escape literally anytime I want. And two, you're literally missing information about what your Olympian guard was doing or by guard, I would rather use the word rapist. But anyway,
So would I.
You were interrupted by a small boy running up to this large man and yanking on the skin of his elbow, going, "Sir, that's right. They're ready. They're ready." And he's like, "Good.
He pulled on the weenus.
Go. And here's a copper piece. They have no value at all. They just make him feel better. Anyway,
who's in here right now?
I missed everything that you said. Let's go." And like as one, your chains move like puppet strings,
Ugh.
and you are gathered and brought down this hallway into the dark. Look at you. And
How are the chains moving?
on a
Metal
horse,
bending.
this is really weird. I'm gonna say they wrap under your belly, and you are lifted up in an awkward position, so you can barely like touch the floor
So
with
it's
your
like,
hooves.
it's like
How are we?
Like
we're
puppet
hanging
strings from above,
Oh.
looping around.
Okay.
you.
so they're not even like touching anything above us.
Not from what you can tell.
Yeah.
All right, and is this guy the only guy in here?
From what you can tell.
Is there any discernible exits aside from the way that he's guiding us?
Not from what you can tell.
Does anyone else want to see if they can find an exit? Because I think I'm lacking capability.
You guys are suddenly moving up as like on a railing or like a staircase, like on a monorail. Disneyland.
I don't want to go in this direction.
And you guys go up.
I'm going to cut myself out of these chains in literally a fraction of a second unless someone does something.
Yeah.
Two
I
trap
got nothing,
doors
go for
suddenly open, and you are in sunlight once again.
Yeah, that's good.
Isn't that
Oh.
You know where you are?
Yes.
You are suddenly in the middle of a gigantic
Coliseum.
circular arena
Oh, goody.
in which there is a fine crowd looking down, and the man kind of like like with his wrist popping a little bit like a puppet master, he forces all four of you to go out onto the sand of the pit, the arena, and the trapdoors close, and he releases all of you, and he's like, "Punishment.
Your justice system sucks.
Fighting or
Welcome to Olympia.
being eaten?
I'm not the king."
We'll have words.
It's been a while since I've been here.
Well, where is the king?
Well, not in this box. That's not really necessary for you to know because you may die. So, however, in due Olympian justice rules, you get to pick the enemy that you fight. So,
I choose one three-legged cat.
no, it's among a choice that I'm about to
You
provide
need
to
to be
you.
clearer about your instructions.
You interrupted me.
Is
So
there a suggestion box?
if you survive, I promise that I'll show you the suggestion box. That just
My
opens
goal,
into a
my
pit
singular
fire.
focus is just on irritating this guy now.
I choose to fight the Olympian guard that we diverted from executing his mighty justice.
With
That
his
is
holy
not
penis.
one of the options.
Well, that's rather disagreeable. Because I was going to force him to confess in front of you all because I am much stronger than him. And I say this out loud, hoping that he's around.
Great. The options are
I love how everything that Tommy throws at us, we just do nothing but bash it incessantly
I
and
just-
then begrudgingly
I
fight
do
it.
this while he's listing.
the choices are a Cerberus.
Ooh.
Wait,
Yeah, 35
that one
almost.
died. Actually, that one got killed yesterday. I'm really sorry, I forgot. A Chimera,
Ooh.
a Hydra, or a crowd of other prisoners that have yet to come out and fight, which we can just do like a battle royale thing. Last people surviving just win. So
Did the prisoners go through the same bullshit false accusations that we did?
this is all accurate. We have proof against you.
Oh,
What'd we
I
do?
would love to see what that is.
You can't see it. The evidence is already gone. Anyway, which do you want to fight?
You.
The guy that's too much of a coward to come out here and fight me. I wouldn't dare spread that the Olympian guards are cowards. My oh my, how that would affect your reputation.
As further crimes arise, we will increase the number of things that you have to fight in order to leave.
Just Pick one.
Oh, my vote's for A or B. I don't want to kill the C's.
Well, the A is already dead.
The B.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. I see what you're saying. Sorry,
Definitely
sorry,
don't
sorry,
want to
sorry.
fight a horde of prisoners that are probably innocent.
Innocent. Yeah, no, right there with
Even
you.
though that'll probably be a really easy fight.
Yeah.
Unless we can all convince
Don't
them
want to fight the
to
Cerberus.
fight
Well, actually, I
us.
do want to fight the Cerberus because we could just stab
It's
a dead
dead.
corpse.
Oh, yeah.
So if that's
Works
still
for
an
me,
option,
yeah.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, Cerberus
Um,
sounds good.
Is the Cerberus still available? Or
Can
did
I use mental
another
prowess to see how irritated this guy is?
did another group of adventurers kill it?
Natural 20! I was so hoping for that. So how irked is this guy?
He's not so much irked as like bewildered at the lack of panic being demonstrated by all of you. So he's more so like, no, don't they understand? Like, they could die in here. Like, why
Bitch,
aren't
if
they
you knew what
understanding-
we fought yesterday. Literally yesterday.
What?
Oh, look at me. I'm a little chain guy. Just like the fucking Hydra.
No, I mean really, it's hilarious. You want us, or we're going to offer us, the option to fight something that we previously killed.
Literally.
I'm not kidding.
All three heads.
Yeah, in the underworld itself. Home turf.
Mr. Clinkety Clank. I really don't like this guy, can you tell?
He turns his back to you.
My
And-
friend could literally make you naked at a thought.
Oh, that's a good thought.
He looks up to the crowd at someone that you can't really tell who he's looking at. To like look for like, what do you want me to do with him?
This guy makes me think of anime.
And he receives some sort of signal, and he turns back and says, "I'm allowed to bring out the corpse of the Cerberus, I guess."
Oh, nice.
Cool, we win. We're innocent. Bye.
No, hold on. I don't understand, but I don't think this is really within my power to really dispute. So hold on. And they actually, there's several moments of you just waiting
Whistling.
as gates open on the other side of the arena, and servants are literally dragging a dead dog corpse out through the sand,
place-
struggling to do it.
It's like this place is such bullshit, it's not even a Cerberus. It's a dog with two puppet heads.
And you see, it's not the same Cerberus that you fought. It's larger, and it's gray.
Okay.
But it's dead.
Also
And
okay.
and it plops like 30 meters away from you. And he's like, "You killed that thing?"
Yeah, didn't you see us? You said you're here all the
Yeah, we
time.
don't want to like do anything like.
Oh, but
false-
it's funnier to fuck with him.
Well, you kill something like really identical to it.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't the fabled Cerberus.
He
but
looks-
it was
he looks-
basically a Cerberus.
He looks back up to the same person who was apparently giving him a signal, and he's like, "Someone wants to talk to you. Hold on. They're gonna... Hold on."
And they come with us.
Or are you gonna take us out
Go
of
up
here?
there?
Yeah.
No, they're coming down.
Ah.
Probably
So,
faster if we go up. Meet them halfway.
You can't leave the arena. It's part of the law.
Yeah. We don't even need to use any of the weapons that you guys provide. Like, I can just go and kill things with it.
I don't like things in my face, and you know that.
Out of his shadow in the sand, just suddenly there, is a lady who is quite young looking, very slender.
Swear to God, if you say pink tiefling.
No, not pink tiefling. You can't quite tell what race she is because she has different, like...
Fireball.
I'm trying to describe this properly, but that she's wearing, like, gray-purple type rags that aren't, like, she's homeless, but they're rags almost like she's needing to wear very little to cover herself, but she's also not scantily clad. It's, like, very thin material that sort of covers most of her face. It's almost ceremonial, or, like, she's trying to do it for, like, some sort of piety to the gods, or she's representing something, part of a cult. You can't quite tell.
Ivy
but
from Soul
based-
Calibur.
No, it's just not that. She's not that scantily clad. She's quite covered, but she looks important somehow that you can't put your finger on it.
Is this the person who wants to talk to us?
Yes. And
Hello, I'm
she
an Boromir
approaches-
from a faraway land.
She approaches looks down at the guy, because she's taller than him, looks down at the guy with the chain, and she's like, leave. You are a failure. And he's like,
I like this person.
okay. And he just takes off. You can't quite tell where he goes because there's no evident door leading out.
Like he
he's
just walks away with
just
the chains
somewhere,
dejectedly
just
clinking
somewhere
behind him.
in the arena. And you're like, okay, well, I guess we're done with that. And she says, and suddenly the noise just hushes around you. Like she's put this aura around to hush so that you can have a private conversation. And
I
she
like this
says,
person even more.
you've been a problem
To whom?
to Lord Hades because he's actually feeling a little bit afraid about what you're doing with the souls. So can you please explain to me why Uldred needs a soul?
Who are
Who
you?
are you?
That was really cute. Answer my question.
So, people don't misuse them.
The way they are misused is by touching mortal hands to be used for an alternative purpose besides just laying there.
It's funny how you say mortal like you aren't one.
Yeah, we want to be on similar grounds,
That will never happen.
but it can.
How?
I don't say that.
Have
Oh.
to use your imagination.
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 Oh my god. Of course I guess.
Imagine there's no hunger. Imagine
All the people living
imagine there's no religion,
today.
no need to kill or die for.
A brotherhood of man, if you will.
And the world may be as one, without mortals living in the shadows of untouchable and egotistical giants.
Are you saying that my husband's egotistical?
Fucking knew it. You're married
Because
to
he-
him, you should know.
He is one of the most humble beings I've ever met. He actually self-deprecates more often than I care to admit. And that's my husband that he's talking about. I don't know whether to slap him or to hold him. You know?
I don't really wish to speak in such generalities. Of course, each of the gods have different personalities, but we would like to see them on a bit more of a human level instead of a godly level. We want to be able to relate and vice versa.
You know, I actually spent quite a few years living among you folks. Learning your ways, learning to understand. Because it was mostly out of curiosity, but also my mother wanted me to understand who it was that I would be getting to know in my eternal damnation down in Hades. Anyway, I disagree. Because in my experience, all of your immortal minds always think that you know so much, but don't see the entire cosmic plan. And whatever plan you come up with that you believe is better than the last generation, you will fail, or you will discover that you were woefully ignorant about the end goal. Or, more than likely, the people you're helping aren't really helping the cause they claim they are. I think it may be better just to put an end to this right now. Give me her soul, and I will put it back.
Nah.
We're good.
Literally
I kinda
talking
wanna
to
time-
Persephone.
I kind of want to time how long I did that little monologue. And then, like,
Just-
it's like a minute and 10 seconds, or however long it was. I'm just making up a number. But then I just, like, blah, 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 blah.
Nah.
Is the greater cosmic plan, does it include for these souls to be retrievable by mortals?
Phrase that again. What?
Well,
I wish I heard that properly the first time.
yeah, it's
now.
okay. Well, I mean, if we're not meant to make any major cosmic changes, why are the souls so easily within reach?
They're not. You have carved your way to them through obstruction after obstruction.
Pretty easily.
Mortals also find a way to see symbols and significance in everyday things. It's actually quite annoying.
Vastly. Anybody
Vastly.
who does that, really.
And, you know, I would love to give this to you, but the path that we carved, in your words, came from fear. Mortals live in a world of fear, not knowing what the gods will do, not knowing how the gods will punish. If they step out of line, what will become of them and their loved ones? So I find no reason not to claim a soul and protect it for someone who will definitely intend to use it maliciously. I choose to trust the Enclave, and therefore I'm giving it to them and not you.
Trevor.
Changed my mind is what I was going to do.
Persephone says, no. And she puts a hand out and she Jedi mind tricks the soul directly to her hand and says, I gave you a chance. And she puts it somewhere behind her and pulls out 2 pomegranates that start flickering red.
Ooh,
Was the Jedi mind trick
sick.
counterable at all, or was I frozen
No, it's
in time?
it's auto. You didn't see it coming, so you're just like, but wait. She throws 2 pomegranates at both of you, at all of you guys. And the aura goes down, and she's like, those are gonna blow up, you may want to run.
Oh, shit. Run.
Mental prowess, then back at her.
D20.
Fuck! 16.
You manage to get them both off the ground and back towards her, but she just holds a hand up and they stay somewhere between both parties, and they explode, causing a gigantic dust cloud to arrive between both parties. Everybody give me a luck check.
18.
The dice have finally begun to betray me.
I got a 3.
2.
I got 18.
Angoramir, you are the only one that is aware that you have the wherewithal to really know where you are still. Like, you didn't get confused in all the debris. The rest of you kind of panicked in the moment of just like, oh my god, are we fighting a goddess? Are we really fighting a goddess? What the hell is going on? She could be lying. This could not be Persephone, but this probably is. And you started like turn around, like she could be behind me anywhere in the dust. Like, what's going on? Angoramir is the only one who stayed still and used his senses to really tell where everything is, and you can see her that quickly approaching through the dust towards Dionysia.
Dionysia, run in fear of the unknown.
Into the unknown.
Say that.
I'm trying to just make a point with that statement.
Okay.
And I charge. A 1.
Big oof.
The second
You
one.
recharge me.
Give me a D20 dex check, please. Or I'm sorry, willpower. Willpower check.
Willpower check is plus 6. 5 plus 6 is 11.
You managed to keep your sword activated still. Even though you were just like, you go over her head. But actually, she counterstrikes, She creates a spirit sword of her own that is bright red, and she blocks it, and then goes down and chops at one of your ankles. You are hit for 12 damage. You can tell, even with this very painful strike, that she barely tried. You can hear the commotion from behind you now. And the gals here on either side of me can also now tell that there is a commotion. That way. I think that way. What do you do?
Oh, are we going
It is all phases now, so normal. Agate, you may proceed.
Shit. How close am I? Shit, like...
You believe you can get there with a minor action, but you'll have to roll to see if you actually can.
Okay.
It'll be a dex check.
How did that even happen?
Both ladies have dropped their dice tonight.
Yes.
What's a fuck?
Okay, I'm gonna roll to see if I can get over there.
Fat's a walk.
8.
Plus dex is 7 or 2?
7.
7. You make it over there. You may strike.
Sick. Oh, did my MP heal when I rested?
Yes.
That's nice. Cool. I'm gonna just fucking slice and... Only slice. I don't have slice and dice. So that is a 4 plus 13.
That is a miss.
The 13.
What's your defense?
8.
You are hit for 8 damage.
Oh.
Counter-strike. She punches you with the pommel of her sword in the nose.
Shit.
And Goromir.
I have another move.
I'm so sorry. I am a brat.
Hmm? Oh, okay. I was just gonna use my combo. I'm too slow in saying stuff. So I'm just gonna slice again or attempt to. Ah, fuck. 3 plus 13.
That is another miss, but she does not counter-strike that one.
Farts. You may now go.
I charge my ability Smite. 14 is successful.
Activates.
And then before I attempt to hit her with my weapon, I'm going to use my minor action to ask her why she's not honoring those who are powerful enough to collect the stones and hit her. 14 plus 6 is 20.
You managed to hit her. Roll damage, please.
That would be a crit, and it just got bumped up to 2d6 because I'm level 6. So that's 12, 18, 32 holy damage.
Give me a willpower check, please.
5 plus 6 is 11.
So you lose, which is actually good for you, because your natural willpower prowess that would oftentimes protect you against invasion would protect you against what she's trying to tell you privately.
Oh,
So since you lost, you can actually hear what she's trying to tell you. And what she's telling you is an answer to your question.
oh, good.
And the answer is, prove the power you insist that you possess. Dionysia.
Can I pass my turn to Pyra and go after her? Just thinking. Unless you.
No. Am I close enough to cast fire at it?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll do that. 6.
Okay, Cass.
Oh, yeah. 1d4 plus magic. 15.
15 burning.
Yep.
Dionysia.
I don't think I'm going to attack this turn. I'm just going to kind of finally snap at this arrogance and just start ranting. You claim such omniscience from the gods, but how often have you proven yourselves fallible? Hephaestus traps Hera on a golden throne. I'm trying to think of other ones. Your own husband tricks you into spending half of your life under the ground as a prisoner. Poseidon forces himself on a defenseless woman, and Athena does nothing in her own temple. You gods are unfit to learn the cosmic plan and enact it. And I want to shout that as loud as I can so that the crowd can hear it too. Even going so far. I don't know if mental prowess can do anything like that because I'm using it like crazy, but
Mental megaphone.
I just want to subwoofer that shit.
So give me a true check and then a magic check.
True check is a 14.
That is your conviction.
Okay. Magic check is 23.
You are able to get pretty much half the crowd in your sonic boom voice through the dust and the distance and the noise of clatter and the crowd roaring. You're able to actually shout as if they're hearing you from a distance. They're not quite aware that, like, someone's in my head. They're more so thinking that you just have a really strong voice. You must be Celine Dion.
Right.
And they're confused because they don't know that this could be Persephone.
Right.
But she hears you. I need you to give me a willpower check a lot like his.
25. Sorry. 26.
You resist her invasion and do not hear what she has to say to you.
It's good. I don't really want to hear it. I reject you and all of Olympus.
She disappears into the dust, and where she stood is another flickering pomegranate, and she appears directly behind you and even taps you with 2 fingers on your left shoulder to get your attention. It is player phase. It's your turn.
Oh. Okay.
You see her appear behind your snaky friend.
Oh, can I get over there?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a minor action? Or can I just
Minor action.
Okay. Well, what is it? The fucking 3s?
You get over there. You're good.
Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna attempt heroic strike.
Okay.
Her. 8 plus 13.
It hits, actually. Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Listen to me. It actually hits.
Yeah, right?
That's, 49 damage.
49. Anything else?
Yeah, I'll combo and hit her again.
Okay.
With my sword. 17.
You definitely
Plus
hit.
13. Fuck. Stop.
Good catch.
Oh, thanks. $22.
22. Angoramir.
Do I remember where the stone is upon her body?
You remember seeing her put it behind her somewhere, but don't know if it was like through a pocket dimension or like in a back pocket or what.
Pocket dimension for sure.
Literally just put it over her butt. Yep.
Persephone really likes the back door, guys.
Yep.
Come
Well,
on
I'm gonna
now.
charge.
Who doesn't, right? Right? Okay.
It feels like I'm pooping.
I am going to. I'm going to charge first.
Your face.
I was quoting someone else, I swear.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to charge first, and on my way to her, I'm going to activate Smite. So since my Smite's technically having first, before my charge hit, I'm going to roll Smite first. Smite activation is successful. That's 20, and then it's lowered to 17 for the charge. And then I do A called shot. She's behind.
Dionysia. Mm-hmm.
So her back is exposed,
Effectively.
I charge strike the middle of her back where her heart would be. And this is going to be a charge like spear.
Like you've couched to the lance and
Yeah, as if it's a lance. Well, a 16 would have been nice, but it's 6. Plus 6 is 12.
It misses.
Yes.
I am sorry.
That's okay. But my smite is still active.
there you go.
You are going to receive a thrown sword that actually, like, as you go by, she just levitates it directly in front of your path so that you charge into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm describing it as this viscerally because she rolled a godly 20. She deals 54 damage to you.
Ooh.
51.
Oh my god.
Drops me to 1.
Oh my god.
How? Did you get Heart of the Valiant?
No, it drops me to 1
Fairy
because
and breastplate.
I have breastplate
the
plus fairy.
breastplate. Damn.
Yeah, because he had 52 HP.
Wow.
Get
She doesn't even look at you as you are now trotting a bit with this spirit sword stuck in you, and as you go up to like weakly grab it and try to pull it out, it dissipates and like just leaves this hole in your chest. Pyra.
Oof. Is there anything blocking her from me?
You can still see her, so you can actually cast from where you are. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
Oh.
You
They
get
cannot burst,
Damn it, that's the second time that's happened.
unfortunately.
You can get another missile. I will
So
allow
that
it.
makes 4.
I will allow it.
So that's 44.
44.
Nice. Thank you.
It's just like boom, boom, boom.
Plus the 15 remaining from the last burning, so that's Dionysia.
I'm gonna slowly turn and stare Persephone in the eye. One hand, I'm gonna cast Full Heal from afar on Ingormir. It's almost a spell burst. I don't know how you can spell burst on Full Heal, but that would have been dope. So, yeah.
Thank you very much, friend.
Mm-hmm. Makes me down to 39 HP.
MP.
Thank you. To be fair, I was erasing the correct one, thankfully. I stand before you, sycophant queen,
Ooh.
foolish one who deigns to look down upon us. Here I am, before you, unafraid. Make me a martyr in front of this audience.
Oh no, buddy.
And as you do your dramatic speech, she raises her hand and shows you the blue soul that you've been hiding. And says, "You've had another one."
That's 2 things you've taken that do not belong to you.
The pomegranate goes off. That's now behind you. Really don't like the feeling of this thing peeling. It goes off behind you, Trevor, and you are thrown forward uncontrollably, so that unfortunately you are actually caught in her arms. You are dealt 9 splash damage, not that much by comparison if you were compared to what
8.
you would have been if you were closer. And as she catches you, she says, I had the perfect thing to say, dang it.
I know, I hate that.
Where did it go? This is the worst feeling.
Mm-hmm. It's like Archer. Swear to God, I've had something for this.
I'm going to dumb it down. This is nowhere near as good. But as you are caught by her, you hear her so lightly say into your left ear, so lightly that you're wondering if it's actually being said or if your head like made it up. But you hear the words, "Make me proud." And she throws you aside.
Mm-hmm.
It's her turn, still.
First thought that went through my head was choke me harder, Daddy, but okay.
Kinky.
Pyra, you are dealt 9 poison damage.
Yeesh.
Agate, you are dealt 15 poison damage.
Oh, fuck.
And Angoramir, you are dealt 15 poison damage.
14. Suck it.
It is player phase.
Is that tick of poison going to happen again?
It's going to happen again next turn.
Okay. Do I know how long the effect of this poison is?
No. Agate.
I'm gonna heroic strike her again. Ooh, 20.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With my double-handed.
So how's the breakdown of Hero Strike again? It's crit damage plus strength again, is that right?
Yeah, that's 1 strength bonus.
Honestly,
Plus my sword.
critting Heroic Strike effectively doesn't really mean anything because Heroic Strike, if it hits, is an automatic crit.
Well, if I allowed Magic Missile to crit, I'm going to allow Heroic Strike to crit. So you can add another Dex tick to that too.
Oh, sick. All
Just
right.
double.
So that's
toil and trouble.
Spread on with grilled onion. Roll down.
In and out.
56.
56. As you crit Heroic Strike her from behind, actually,
Maybe.
Well, plus ice damage, would it be 60?
Are you using the new bastard sword or the claymore?
The Claymore.
Claymore.
okay.
Then no.
As you critical strike your critical strike,
Yo,
you
dog.
strike her across the chest
Oh.
and actually slice open like her side across her heart chamber cavity area. And out pops a perfectly egg-shaped purple soul that just flies out from her body.
Oh, can I attempt to catch it?
It hits the ground, and her body collapses into a heap of just rags.
Well.
All of you hear the words spoken to you. Find them all. Chain them to mortality.
What does the voice sound like?
Persephone.
So Persephone wants us to find these.
Does she? For surviving a minor god attack,
Damn.
everyone take 400 XP.
Ding.
I'm going to end here.
Okay.
Find them souls that you took.
Oh, they appear next to them. I'm sorry, I should have pointed that out.
Oh,
So
no
an
worries.
icy blue, white, and the other blue, they're all like piled next to each other, almost like a. You got this, man. Here you go. yeah, you know.
Or maybe she meant find them all and chain them to mortality as if that's a bad thing. Like a warning. Like, if you find them all, you chain them to mortality. Or she's saying, find them all and chain them to mortality. Like, please do that.
Ponder.
Any last comments?
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, bye-bye.